All right, future dads, listen up. This deep dive is for you guys. We're going deep on 16 tips to get ready for fatherhood.
Yeah.
And trust me,
Uh-huh.
it's way more than just, picking out a cute crib at the store.
Right.
We're talking about the emotional roller coaster ride,
Oh, yeah.
the secret weapons for teamwork with your partner,
Teamwork makes the dream work.
and why keeping your sense of humor is absolutely
That's
essential.
non-negotiable.
Non-negotiable. Like, you got to be able to laugh about this stuff.
Absolutely. Think of this deep dive like a crash course in not just surviving fatherhood, but totally rocking it.
I'm here for it. A crash course in rocking fatherhood.
Uh-huh.
And you know what? The first thing that really struck me when I was going through all the research we've done on this is how much it emphasizes the emotional side.
Oh, for sure.
It's exciting. Don't get me wrong. Becoming a dad, it's a huge deal.
Right. What's
But
big deal?
it can also feel like you're strapped into a roller coaster going 100 miles an hour.
Yeah. You're about to go through a major identity shift. It's not just about being a partner or, whatever your deal is. Now it's like, boom, dad.
Boom. Yeah.
And that can be a ton of emotions all at once.
Absolutely. One study even found, I think this is fascinating, the dads who really leaned into those feelings early on,
Yeah.
they actually acknowledged and processed, ended up feeling way more confident later on down the line.
Of course. It's
Yeah.
like they built up those emotional muscles, right?
Totally. It's like training for a marathon. You don't just show up and run 26 miles. You got to train.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
got to train for fatherhood. And speaking of training, this isn't like a spectator sport.
Right?
You're not just on the sidelines waiting for the baby to show up.
No, no.
You got to be an active player from the get-go, even before the baby arrives.
From day one.
Yeah, from day one.
Right.
It really stood out to me how much the research emphasized dads being super involved throughout the whole pregnancy.
Yeah, and dads want to be involved.
Yeah.
And the good news is there's so much information out there now.
Oh.
Way more than even 5-10 years ago. There's this website I love. It's called Expectant Dad. Super creative, right?
Uh-huh.
But it's amazing. It's got articles, forums, literally everything a dad-to-be could ever want to know.
Love that. Okay, now for a little bit of real talk.
Right. Hit me.
The research is very clear on this one. Ditch the vices. Smoking. See.
Out the window.
Gone now.
It's funny because the research we looked at, it doesn't really frame this as a punishment, which I kind of appreciate.
Right.
It's more like, hey, this is an awesome opportunity to level up your health.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Your health.
Right.
It directly impacts your baby's health.
Boy.
So when you take care of yourself, you're also taking care of that little one. It's the best gift you can give.
It's like you're not just building a crib, you're building a healthy environment for your kid to thrive in.
100%.
And speaking of building a strong foundation, let's talk about teamwork.
Oh, the cornerstone of parenthood.
Right. You got to be a team. And the research really emphasizes how important it is to get on the same page with your partner before the baby arrives.
Yes. Before things get too crazy.
Yeah, before you're sleep deprived and,
Right. When you can barely see straight.
Exactly. So we're talking about breastfeeding, sleep schedules, discipline, all the big stuff.
You can have conflict. It's just a fact of life. But when you have those tough conversations early on, you're creating a game plan together.
A game plan.
And having that united front.
Yeah.
Especially when the in-laws start, giving their 2 cents.
Oh, don't even get me started on the in-laws.
Exactly.
We could do a whole other episode on that series. But you're right. It's so important to have that united front.
It makes a world of difference.
Because it's like you two are the captains of this team.
Yeah.
And you're ready to, take on whatever comes your way.
And you have to remember to keep talking. It's not just about who's changing the diaper at 3 in the a.m.
Right.
It's about feelings. It's about fears. How can you support each other? Be each other's rock.
So important. And, let's be real. Things change.
They do.
After you have a baby.
Yep.
Especially when it comes to intimacy. The research is very upfront about that.
And it should be. It's not taboo. It's just reality. It's about honesty. It's about adjusting your expectations.
Right.
Physical intimacy, emotional intimacy. It might shift a little after the baby comes along. But that's okay. You just got to talk about it.
Communication is key.
Exactly. It's a new chapter in your love story. It's not the end. It's just the beginning of something new.
I love that. A new chapter. And, just like every good story needs its own unique characters, there's no single right way to be a dad.
1,000,000%. You get to write your own story here. What works for your buddy and his family might not work for you, and that is more than okay.
It's more than okay. So how do you figure out your style?
Well, this is where mentorship can be a game changer. Connect with other dads,
Yeah.
join a dad group, attend prenatal appointments with your partner.
Oh, I love that.
Right. It's all about building that support system
Yeah,
and realizing you're not alone in this.
absolutely. We're all in this together. Okay, let's get practical. Get ready for the nitty-gritty. Diaper changes, those middle-of-the-night feedings.
Yeah.
All the glorious, messy, beautiful chaos that comes with a newborn.
That's what we're here for. And remember all that research we talked about, all that emotional prep,
Hmm?
the teamwork.
Yeah.
This is where it all pays off. When dads feel comfortable with these tasks, they feel more confident as parents.
And when dads feel confident they can support their partners even more, it's a win-win.
Absolutely. Everyone wins.
Speaking of wins, let's talk about sleep, or the lack thereof.
Oh, boy.
This research does not sugarcoat it, guys. Sleep deprivation is real, but the key message here is teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work,
Uh-huh.
especially at 3:40 a.m.
Uh-huh, exactly.
Right.
So we're talking taking turns with the night feedings, letting each other sneak in a nap whenever humanly possible.
You got to do what you got to do.
Survival mode.
Survival mode. But a well-rested parent? A million times better.
Truth. And you know what else helps? A well-rested parent is more likely to be able to see the humor in all of this.
Yes.
Because sometimes you just gotta laugh, right?
Oh, my God. A sense of humor is a lifesaver.
It really is.
It can diffuse tension, can bring some lightness to those crazy moments, and just remind you that you're in it together.
You're not alone.
You're not alone.
And plus, babies, they love to laugh.
They do.
Even if they're laughing at us trying to figure out which way the diaper goes.
Exactly. As long as there's laughter.
Exactly. But on a serious note, the research reminds us that being a dad, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
It's a lifelong journey.
It is. And every single moment, even the ones where you're covered in spit up,
Oh, yeah.
even the ones where you haven't slept in 36 hours,
Been there.
those moments are precious.
They are.
They really are. And they go by so fast.
It's way too fast.
They really do.
Yeah.
So there you have Dads to be 16 tips. Well, we went in depth on a lot more than 16.
We did. We went deep.
But hopefully this deep dive has given you guys a lot to think about. Maybe spark some conversations with your partner.
Yeah. Knowledge is power, right? And the more prepared you are, the more present you can be for this incredible journey.
Beautifully said. So I'm going to leave you with this question. One piece of advice you would give to your younger, soon-to-be dad self.
Ooh.
What would it be? That's something to ponder. Until next time.
See you guys.